Now, from the Columbia Basin, your local news source, this is iFIBER 1 News, presented in high definition. The #1 source for real-time local news, local sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. With your iFIBER 1 News team, reporting news in real time as it's happening. From the iFIBER Communications HD broadcast studio in Ephrata, Washington, this is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Welcome to iFIBER 1 News. I'm Alan Troop reporting news from around the Columbia Basin for Thursday, August 15th. Tonight we report on a move by the Quincy mayor to start a fire department and why a Navy plane was forced to land in Moses Lake. We also look at why a young boy wants to raise pigs and how a man was charged for killing his dog with explosives. In sports, there was only one event yesterday, and it involved destroying a lot of cars at the Grant County Fair. Our spotlight story tonight is about a canine competition at the Grant County Fair. And we have the latest weather forecast for the Columbia Basin from the iFIBER 1 Weather Center. Our top story tonight. Between city council meetings, Quincy appears to have made a decision to start a new fire department. Mayor Jim Hembry signed a letter that was dropped on the counter at Grant County Fire District 3. It told of how the committee negotiating with the fire district recommended ending the city's contract with the district. The decision contradicts the recommendation of the consultant who suggested the city stay with the fire district. Consultant Don Bivens said starting a fire department could cost the city $1 million, and it would receive less service than it presently receives. The city council paid the consulting firm $33,000 to provide information about switching fire services. The reasons why the committee made the decision remain unknown. Hembry said the committee made the decision on Monday, but he didn't want to explain the reasons for the recommendation. Hembry didn't want to comment on whether he supported the committee's decision. The committee plans to meet with fire district officials on Friday at 3 p.m. Council members Manuel Guerrero, Tom Harris, and Adam Rodner are responsible for the decision. The City Council plans to discuss the recommendation during its meeting on Tuesday at 7 p.m. at Quincy City Hall, located at 104 B Street Southwest. For more on the story and the Fire District's response, visit us online at iFIBER1/news. A Navy P-3 submarine chaser landed at Grant County International Airport after the pilot smelled fumes in the cockpit. The military aircraft landed around 8:30 p.m. A part of the engine had come loose, causing the fumes, and was repaired, according to Port of Moses Lake Director Pat Jones. The plane had returned to the air within an hour and a half. If you haven't been to the Grant County Fair, you have a couple days left. If you've ever been curious why a young boy would want to raise a pig, then let us help you. Here with the story is Jeff Chu.
In the farm animal world, Seth Elliott thinks pigs deserve more respect.
Just pigs are so nice and friendly. People think they're just all muddy and everything, but I think they're nice and friendly. They're not like mean, and they actually come up to you and they'll play with you. They're the fourth smartest animal, I think.
At 12 years old, Seth of Ephrata has already raised 4 pigs and is competing a second time in this week's 4-H swine events at the Grant County Fair. What do you feed a pig for fair competition?
Just like a mixture of like corn and peas and beans.
Raising swine has been part of his family for up to 60 years, his father Scott says.
His grandpa is actually a pig farmer, and we started out raising his pigs for 4-H, and this is his 3rd time at fair. He's done the Grant County Fair twice, and now this year was his first year doing the spring fair.
Scott said Seth is committed to raising pigs.
He's real passionate about the fitting and showing portion of things.
Seth's mother is Brianna Elliott, and his sister Cheyenne is also competing at the fair with her pig. Seth said he learned a lot from the experience.
responsibility and to just keep track and be out there with your pigs as long as you can.
This is Jeff Chu reporting from the Grant County Fair in Moses Lake.
Thank you, Jeff. The Quincy teen who robbed a Moses Lake gas station is serving more than 8 years in prison. Ruben Cornejo Lemus pleaded guilty to robbery in the first degree for his part in the May theft at the Jackpot Food Mart. The 16-year-old Cornejo Lemus is the first of 3 teens accused in the robbery and charged as adults to plead guilty in Grant County Superior Court and was sentenced to 101 months in prison. The other 2 teens remain charged with robbery in the first degree. 5 teens reportedly robbed the gas station by displaying a knife and a fake gun and threatening the cashier. They allegedly stole $154 and 26 packs of cigarettes. Each of the people you see here has warrants for their arrest and is wanted by various law enforcement agencies. If you see any of these people, the DOC asks that you not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but to call police. You can also call the Department of Corrections at 509-764-6180 during the day or 509-762-1160 after 5 p.m. We will be back after these messages with the latest from our iFIBER 1 Weather Center, sports, and more news.